Ever found yourself entangled in the intricate web of a narcissistic relationship, where the tides of change swirl incessantly, only to abruptly cease? Many have navigated these treacherous waters, familiar with the abrupt conclusion that follows a particular catalyst. But what truly orchestrates this perpetual dance? Delve deeper into the nuances as we unravel the enigmatic behavior prevalent in such dynamics in the forthcoming presentation. Now, let's embark on an exploration of the concept of selfishness. At its core, it manifests as an excessive preoccupation with one's own persona, an assertion of superiority coupled with a blatant disregard for others' well-being. Those ensnared by narcissistic personality disorder incessantly seek adulation, firmly convinced of their inherent uniqueness and entitlement to accolades. Their entrenched sense of entitlement invariably eclipses any semblance of empathy towards others. Typically, a minimum of 5 of the subsequent traits must be present to warrant a clinical diagnosis. 1. A skewed view of how important something is. 2. Belief that they are unique, which makes them hard to understand. 3. Strong wishes for success, power, or beauty that don't go away. 4. The desire to be liked by others or the idea that others do. 5. Using unfair means to get what they want. 6. An haughty attitude and way of thinking. 7. Constant need for too much praise. 8. Expecting to be treated differently. 9. Lack of empathy and inability to understand others' feelings or needs. Relationships with narcissists are typically hard to handle. Nevertheless, there are clear signs that they are about to leave when things go wrong. These kinds of ends can make a person feel lost and make them question their own worth. Then the question comes up of whether a narcissist can really care about someone other than themselves. Even though it's possible, it doesn't fit with common ideas of love and care. Narcissists end relationships in a way that shows a change in intimacy, leaving a troubling void behind. This can be seen in how they treat the link and then the person. Narcissists have a hard time making close connections with other people. They don't naturally want to connect with others like most people do. Their range of feelings is different from the range of emotions most people feel. It includes resentment, anger, and even hostility. People who don't know much about narcissism might find this behavior strange, since everyone wants healthy, two-way connections. Narcissists, on the other hand, like to take advantage of people who still want to love and care for others. This shows how common ego is in today's society. People who have been in relationships with narcissists can't help but wonder where their selfish behavior comes from. It's clear that this kind of behavior usually comes from having a hard childhood, like being abandoned, abused, or not getting enough mental support. In order to deal with things and stay alive, they use defense mechanisms that show up as coldness and anger. An interesting thought: that friend of yours who is selfish may have tried to be like you, especially when you were first dating. As a way to control their partners, narcissists often act and behave like their partners, sometimes to a strange degree. Everyone in a normal relationship brings their own quirks and personality traits that make them special. Narcissists, on the other hand, seem determined to blend in with your personality. Another important thing to keep in mind is that even though they may show you a lot of love and care, it's all a show. That's not real. These actions are planned to create a fake sense of closeness, which will eventually fall apart when they can't keep up the act any longer. This is a clear sign that their true self is coming out. Narcissists have a hard time making real connections, which may make you wonder why. They have changed love and care into anger and hatred, which is the answer. Instead of being a source of support and encouragement, they turn angry and resentful, especially when they are turned down because they see it as a win for their trickery. This change from a stress bond to a danger makes it harder to get away from a narcissist, even if you know they are lying and controlling you. You might have doubts about how much they really care about you, which would make their whole act a lie. It is very important to understand that their love was only a show. They can't really love someone back. It is important to break free from the loop of looking for love from people who can't give it. In that case, what are some signs that a narcissist is ready to leave you? The right word to use is discard. Narcissists will get rid of you without giving it a second thought once they have what they want from you. It's like they only see people as tools to get what they want and then throw them away when they're done. In this case, they no longer see you as useful to them. That's a hard truth to face. But it's important to see this behavior for what it really is, a complete lack of care for your feelings and well-being. It's sad that this is yet another example of how they can't connect with real people. The love they used to have for you quickly turns into anger and hatred because they don't see any reason to keep the relationship going. In addition, it's clear that the narcissist is almost done investing in you at this point. It's likely that they already have their goals set on someone else and are looking for new ones. People who are narcissists often quickly move on to new people, and they may even be seeing more than one person at the same time before cutting ties with you. It's like they're always looking for the next thing that will make them feel good, like they need a steady fix. Because they can't get enough of feeling good about themselves, they go from person to person looking for people who will give them even more love, care, and help. Finding love and real connections is a very different process for normal people than it is for narcissists, who seem to be stuck in a cycle. It can be very hard to understand and get through these kinds of situations. But it's important to remember that this behavior doesn't make you less valuable as a person. Instead of being your fault, it's because of the skewed ideas narcissists have about love, closeness, and relationships. Remember that there is hope for healing and moving on from this harmful pattern if you are in a relationship with a narcissist or dealing with the effects of one. Still, it's easy to want to use harsh words to describe all narcissists as bad. However, this way of thinking doesn't help with understanding or finding an answer. When we use this method, we unintentionally lower ourselves to their level, which keeps the negative loop going. It's important to try to get a better sense of the basic dynamics at work. They may have thought you were looking for love but put you in touch with the wrong people. Because of this, if you keep finding yourself pulled to narcissists, you may need to face how you're keeping this pattern going and make a commitment to growing as a person. Narcissists usually find people who are codependent and want to be liked and validated. So, it's very important to make time for self-reflection and build your self-worth. Take a moment to think about why you keep hanging out with people who are bad for your health. Remember most of all that you deserve real love and respect from someone who loves you just the way you are. Recognizing that the relationship with the narcissist was based on lies can be one of the hardest things to deal with. It's scary to accept that you are hiding who you really were because of love and didn't see the warning signs. It might be easy to blame other people or things, but holding on to your anger will only get in the way of living a happy life. Being honest with yourself is very important. There are many reasons why you might be drawn to these kinds of people, and it's important to deal with them. You might miss warning signs or put the wants of others ahead of your own. No matter what, it's important to take responsibility for what you do. Figuring out why you keep getting into bad relationships is essential to breaking the cycle and making real, healthy bonds with other people. You can break out of this bad pattern if you take responsibility for it, make a promise to improve yourself, and figure out the patterns that keep bringing you into selfish relationships. It's important to keep your hope and faith in yourself. Don't forget that you deserve love and happiness. Accept your mistakes as chances to learn and grow. They will help you become a better person in the long run. Instead of just getting rid of your ego, work on improving yourself and growing all the time. With hard work and time, you can build real relationships with people who can love and care for you back.